Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and it's getting towards Christmas, so happy Christmas. I'm going to be working today on getting the pockets onto the ephemera holder that I've made. I did add a couple of extra bits after the last video, which I was thinking about. I think I was talking about I might do it, and I decided I would. So on this pocket I've added I cut another envelope in half and added another flip, so that I've got I'll put a pocket here, and then I'll put a pocket here. I don't think it makes sense to put pockets on the inside, but I quite like that inside, and it's quite so I made them so they coordinated with each other, so that it would look quite nice flipped out. But it might get a bit fat if I've got things in this pocket and in this one, and then in the other two pockets as well. So I'm just going to put pockets on there, is what I'm trying to say. And then I've done the same with the matching one at the back. So this was the one I had, and then I've added another flip out, and I've covered that with some Florentine papers. So I'm going to do that as well. Don't know how far I'll get as far as adding pockets today. I've got a whole bunch of scraps that I can use. All scrapbook paper scraps. I've got a whole pile of them, and I've got some narrow ones which will make some really good narrow pockets. Probably I'll use these more than anything, but I've got enough here to make plenty of pockets. But in case I feel I haven't got the right things there, I've also got this little booklet that I bought when I went to the range, and I bought two 12 by 12 pads. I don't know what possessed me, because I have hardly touched them. Well, I used a bit of one. You see me use a bit of one of them in this to make this, and I got this little one because I thought it was ideal for making pockets. And quite a lot of the pages are actually, though I'm not showing it, are actually foiled, so they're really pretty. And I just thought they'd make good small cards. You can make journaling cards with them. There's all sorts of things you could do with them. And it's quite a nice little pad with a bit of foiling in, so it's quite bright. Anyway, so I've got that as a backup, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So I thought for the front, so in this pocket, I think what I might do, which I'm considering doing, is putting a list of all the ephemera pieces that I'll be putting in the folder. So I'll be putting things like Roxy Creations tags, eclectic eggplant fussy cuts and journal cards, and any other makes that I've got, anything else that I add. I've got some Roxy labels. I've got a variety of things, so I thought I'd probably make a little list. I might use one of these sort of journal card things that I've got. I'll cut these up, but they're like an index card. So I thought I might use one of those, fold it up, pop it in there. Then if I need to know what's in here, I can just refer to that. So I'm going to put that on there. And then I want to put I've got the one I think I'm going to use is this one. This is some Stamperia paper. And it just says "With love for a happy Christmas" on the front. So I thought, well, that would be quite nice as a first pocket. I thought I'd put a deepish pocket on the front. Because if I put a little narrow pocket and got things poking out, as it's on the front, they might keep catching and falling out. So I thought if I do a deeper pocket that might just tuck behind there, anything I put in it will be a bit more stable, I suppose. So I'm just going to cut that down. I think I'll measure it, because I think what I'll do is I'll do a pocket with a little flips on the side to make it a little bit deeper. So I want it about 5 inches across. If I make it 5.5, then I can score it to make it a bit. Let's see if I've got 5.5 inches here. I'm not absolutely sure I have. So I think I just need to just trim off these odd bits. Just tidy it up here. So that's level. And I think the side I'd want to cut off. That still doesn't look straight, does it? Let's see. No, it's not. Okay. That's better. So 5.5. I think this is the end I want to cut off. So I'm going to do it 5.5. there. So 5.5 is a bit approximate because this only goes up to 5 inches, which is not very helpful. So that's 5.25. So say 5.5 is about there, I reckon. So if I do that, it tidies that up a little bit. And then, I'm not going to do this with all the pockets, but I think with this one I want it to be deep enough to get in a whole bunch of journal cards or tags. I haven't quite decided because I've got quite a lot of journal cards from the eclectic eggplant. So I thought they might tuck in there nicely. So let's see how tall that is. So it's about 4 inches tall. Let's see. So if I do that for 1/4 inch, if I do a 1/4 inch gusset all the way around, that's probably, could even do a 1/2 inch at the bottom, I think. Maybe I just need it to be, I quite like it to be about there so you can see that border. So in fact, I think what I'll do is I'll trim it down a bit so I can just do a little, where do I want it? I want it to about there, don't I? So if I do it to 3.25, do my pocket at 3.25, and then it will come down to 3.5. So if I'll measure it at 3.25 and then do a bit of scoring. So I'm just going to trim that off a touch at the top there, and then I'll measure 3.25. So then I won't lose as much at the bottom. 3.25 goes to there. Okay. And then I'll do a bit of scoring. Oops, there goes my foam mat. Just got caught on the... Oh, I didn't really want to chuck that, did I? Because I think that's what Gail will call a fun scrap. Though I'm not quite sure what I'll do with it. I'm not quite as good at using up scraps as many people are. But that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to use some scraps. So I want to measure that at 1/4 inch here. So it'll only be a little fold. But I think that'll just give me a little extra depth to pop things in. On the bigger pockets, I think on the bigger pockets it makes sense to perhaps do this. And 1/4 inch there. And 1/4 inch at the bottom. Make sure it's tucked into there properly. Okay. Right, so I think the first thing I need to do is to trim off my little tiny corner pieces. I will just fold these in. To make sure that they're clear. I'll do them with the bone folder in a minute. I just want to get rid of these corners. And then just do a little angle at the top so that it tucks in. Okay, so get the old bone folder, make sure these are folded in nicely, and let's get it on. Oh, and I'll have to do a little thumb hole as well at the top. And this one. Pop a little bit of glue on those corners just to hold them in place. So I'm hoping that a lot of the little pockets I'll just do strips, because they don't need to be as deep. But I think this front one, I thought needed just a little bit more depth to it. Okay. And let's go do a little thumb hole. More or less in the middle. Just a quick, just a little ink on those, just because I think it ties in quite nicely with this, with the style. Okay, so that goes on there, and we're away. I think I might just put that one pocket there. I'll see, but I want to put in journal cards, I think, onto the front, so I'll need room because they'll poke up a bit. So I think for now I'll leave that as the only pocket on here. Okay, so that's there. Right, so on the back of that I want to put 3 little pockets, so I'm going to try and do those all together. So I'm just wondering if I can do a mixture of these. That's a bit deep, though I could cut it down. I don't know what, I wouldn't need the numbers really, but just could do Merry, but then I couldn't do Christmas really. I love this piece, I really love this piece, so that's quite a fairly deep there. I don't want to cut that down, it's just really pretty. Maybe I'll do this one deeper and then perhaps trim the one and then do a couple of narrower ones maybe. Okay, so I think I'll mark it on the, it doesn't really matter which side I mark it on, does it? Just want to make sure it's visible, that's all, where I'm going to trim it. So slightly in from the edge. I think, oh, broken pencil, that's not much good to me, is it? So I am filming this on the 1st of December, but you will be seeing it when it's almost Christmas. So yeah, I'm already getting into this bit. I have little twinkly lights up above me, which I like to put on when I'm crafting. And yeah, it's looking really Christmassy in here now. So I'm really enjoying making the preparations. Haven't finished my Christmas shopping yet, but I'm trying not to get myself anxious about it because I'm one of these people who likes to get ahead. So, and it's when I don't know what I'm going to get for people that I get a bit anxious. But I think I've got some ideas, and that always helps. Right, so there's one, and then I think I'll save the other piece. So I don't really want to cut off that bit at the top, but I think this would be too deep to do any more on that page. But I might, see, this is a bit narrower, or I can make it a bit narrower. I might make 2 of these, or maybe I'll do 3 different ones. Yes, cheery Christmas greetings, that's fun. I don't want to cut any of them down, that's my problem. But they're a bit too deep. Right, so I'm just going to mark that one. And I'm going to mark this one. And I have to cut them, make them a little shallower because they're They're a bit too deep for some of the little things I have in mind to put in them. So there's one. Let's get these two out of the way. So these three will go together because they're a bit more bright and modern, so they can go on a different page. So I want them to be different, but I don't want them to be too different in style. So the style of these three is a bit more similar, I suppose you could say. So where did my mark go? Where did I make my mark? Did I make a mark? Oh, right, okay. So that one. And let's get this one out of the way. Didn't measure it to that, did I? Hope not. That would be silly. Let's make sure I got them the same width. Oh yeah, that's all right. I get myself confused. Okay, and do this one. Right. Now I need to trim this down a bit. Just trying to where's best. I think trim it down to there. I think the top of just that where that red line is. I can't get my other bit out. That's it. So that makes a nice little pocket, and I think I'll do this one the same. They're the same height, I think. Oop, it slipped. Does that. Okay, so I have my 3 pockets. Now I wonder if I can do the thumbnails together. It's a bit thick, I'll have a go. So that one will be that way round, that one is that way round, and that one is that way round. Line them up. And just do a little punch. Yeah. Right. These will need just a little bit of inking. Just a very quick. I like to highlight the thumbnail a little bit. And this one. Oops, what am I doing? And this one. So I think what I'll have to do, because it's really getting close to Christmas now, I'm running out of Mondays and Thursdays to upload this before Christmas, which would be silly to do it before, do it after, wouldn't it? I think this is going to be right in the last week now, because I've already scheduled up to about the 16th, I think, so this is going right into the last week of Christmas, so I will get this finished. So what I'll do is I'll go as far as I can today with this, then I'll finish it off camera, and then there'll be a little flip through, just in time for Christmas. So I think once you've got the bones of this, you know, you wouldn't need to do it with me. I wouldn't necessarily expecting anybody to be doing this with me, but if you wanted to, well, you can watch Rachel's video anyway. Mine is turning out a bit different to hers because hers is more think she did a little journal to put it in anything, but I really just want this purely as an ephemera holder, which I won't be able to use now till next year, will I? But it'll be really handy. I'll be able to pack everything away in here, or a lot of it, and then I'll just pull it out next year and everything will be ready to go. I've already bought more digital kits ready for next year, just can't help myself, and I've ordered some more scrapbooking paper. I don't know, when it comes to Christmas I cannot stop buying things. So maybe I'll have to make extra journals next year. I don't know what I'll do with them. We'll see. Whoops. And about that back there, I think. Try and line it up with the other one. And then I'll put the one with cheery Christmas greetings at the top. There we are. Oops, slipped. Go back the way you were. Okay. So there'll only be some little bits going in the top here, but I think that will be okay. It's really good to start getting the pockets in this. Can't wait to put things in it. Just hope I've got enough spaces for everything. So, I need something across here. Not too deep, perhaps not as high as the middle. What else have we got? That might look quite nice. What's on the back? Oh no, it's a bit like a tablecloth, that one, isn't it? Okay. So I might just do it across first, so I don't lose the option of another pocket below rather than... So I'll measure it to about there, I think. No. There. And then need to be to about here. Let's just cut that. And that one. And then I want one for the inside, don't I? So that goes on there. And then another one which is not going to be as wide, but I want it to be across the same place. That one go there. Yeah, I think that would be okay. Right, so it's got to be a bit narrower, but I think once I've taken off the white branding strip, it'd be about the right height. Let's turn it over. And, oh no, that's not going to help, is it? Black on the other side, not going to be able to see the mark on that as well. Let's see. See if I can make a mark that I can actually see. Oh, I've got the broken one again. Go away. It's no help at all. Where's the one I was using? There it is. Right. And then just So it's about the right height. Looks about the right height. Yep, just slightly narrower. Okay, so if I centralise those together, then I can do the thumbnail. Not too deep. No, it's not very central. Go in the middle. Right. Oop. Try to empty them into the little bin, but didn't work. Okay. And this one. Okay. Put this one on here. So I'm thinking this one, possibly, I've got some Roxy Creations labels and I've got them printed bigger. I think this might be too deep for the labels actually. I might have something else. I might do some, what was the other thing I was thinking might go in here? I've got these little cards from Antique Papery, the retired pack. They might go in there. This is quite a deep pocket really. So what I need is I need some smaller pockets as well. There we are, that goes on there. Right, I haven't quite decided about pockets on here. I think I wouldn't put any on this side. I might put some on this side, but until I've done the rest, I don't really know what I'm going to need at the moment. Okay, so I want some pockets on here. And let's see what's going to work on this one. I think this one would be quite nice on here. So I'll have to think of what can go in the big pocket. I'm going to put some bits on here. Smaller things. I'm reluctant to cover up Santa, so I don't know whether I'll put another pocket on this one. I'll certainly put two pockets on the other side where it's a bit plainer. Oh, actually, let's have a think. No, I might do it from that side because I've got wish list at the bottom, which doesn't really, I might be able to use that separately. Let's rethink that, where that marker's going to go. I'll do it from the other side. So I'm going to mark it from this side. That goes about there, I think. That's better. Then I can cut this out and perhaps put it up the top because it might be appropriate. Yeah. Right. Got that cut off. Where are we? We're here. Let's just do my little thumb notch thingy. Oh, waved it roughly in that direction of my bin, but I think it missed. I think I'm going to end up with these little pieces, these little clip pieces all over the place because they're just not making it into the bin. When I say bin, it's an empty mushroom pot that I use for my desk bin. I've got those nice woven ones that I've seen other people using. I've just got a scruffy old empty mushroom plastic thingy, but it works as my desktop bin. Right, that's going to go there. Oops. There we go. Right, and then on the other side, I'm definitely going to do something. Do a couple of pockets, I think. I want to use this one. It's too big. Maybe I'll just. No, I don't want to cut two the same. Pencil. I'll cut that there. What should we have to go with it? To add a piece of this. Gosh, that's quite bright, isn't it? Not that one. Oops. Maybe a piece of this. No, it's too blendy. I'm getting a bit fussy. No, I'm going to use this one. I like this one. Cut it down. Of course. Alright. So I want them to both be the same width, so I'll just cut them together, I think. Make sure they're lined up. There we are. So I hope all of your Christmas preparations are really going well. Are you still in your craft room at this stage of Christmas? Because I don't know that I'll be doing much in the last week. There'll be an awful lot else to do. It all gets a little bit frantic, doesn't it, towards the end? Now, let's have a think. Where do I want these? How deep do I want these? Not too deep. I'm just going to do them there. And then I'm just going to do, I think I'll do my little one for these because they're shallower. Ooh, there we go. So I probably need to do another slightly deeper pocket somewhere. I think on the next page I'll do one deeper one and then maybe one shallow one in case I've got any more bigger things that I want to put on. I haven't got many really tall things, and they can go in those bags. Most of the things I've got are fairly small, so most of the pockets need to be similarly not too deep, otherwise things just will disappear. Oops, there goes. I've got to go in search. Gone right under my desk. One moment, I'll be right back. This pocket made a bid to escape, but I managed to track it down. So I'm going to put one there and one there, I think. Alright. Right, that's gone on there. Whoops, don't slide. Go. Okay, that's going all right. So I've got 2 pockets on this side, 1 on this side. I've got a big one here. And let's go on to this page. Just want to cover this up. Put the topper on if I can find it. There it is. Right, so that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to do a slightly deeper one, not too deep, on this page. That one might go quite well because it's not very Christmassy, this piece, is it? I don't know how that's got into my Christmas stash. Got this piece. That might go quite nicely. Now, let's see. I'll get the width sorted. Width will be about here. And then I'll have a look at how deep I want to make it. This definitely could be a good page for the for my Rachel labels. Why don't I just measure? I've got them handy. There we go. So I could have the big ones at the bottom. I might need 2 pockets for each size. I'm not sure. Spent ages trying to, well, I haven't been cutting them out over a few different sessions because I've got them full size and I've also got like very small ones, so just get one of the bigger ones out and see how deep it needs to be. So that's going to go in like that, something like that, and it wants to be about there, doesn't it? Oh, I'm thinking now maybe I need to do a little bit of, I should have made it a bit wider, shouldn't I? Never thought about that. I might do a little gusset again. Okay, well I'll have to do it anyway, just make it really narrow. Probably still get a few in. And I'll do another one on the other side, I think. I like to have these, be able to see what I've got. So I'm going to measure my pocket down about there. And then do the whatchamacallit, scoring. I should have thought of that before, shouldn't I? And I'd get more in the pocket if I've got a bit more depth to it. So I'll just do the 1/4 inch again. But it does mean the pocket will be a bit narrower than I'd have wanted. Should have left that 1/2 inch on, shouldn't I? That would have been perfect. Never mind. I'll do it on the other one on the other side. I'll make that a bit deeper, a bit wider, should I say? And then this one. Whoops. Ah, keeps twisting. Whoa, got a bit of a... Not careful, I'll get holes if I push too hard. Okay, where's my scissors gone? There we are. cut these little corners off. And a bit there, a bit there. Oops. Okay, let's pop that down there. I'll just glue the corners again. Popped up. I think it has. Just hold it in place for a moment. Oh, glitter glue doesn't take very long to grab. Okay. Right. I'm going to glue that on. Forgotten something. Getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Quick. Right, a bit more glue. Glue's come off on me now. Right. Right, so it's a little bit narrower than I'd have liked, but at least it's got enough depth to hold a few pieces. Right, I need another one for above. So then that will just pop in here. But I should be able to get quite a few in there now. And what about this one? All these little scrappy bits starting to spread across the desk. Move to one side, people. Move to one side. Let's have a bit of room to work. Right, I'm just going to trim that off there, just so that I've got a right sort of piece to work with. And then figure out, I'm going to make this one also, I'm going to also make this one a bit gusseted but not as deep, because this is going to be, unless I do, could use this for the taller ones as well. Let's have a think. So if those go in here, and then could I put them there as well? Probably could. Ooh. No, I think it's going to be a bit. No, I'll put a big one on the other side, and I'll do a smaller one on this side. So make it a bit wider, just a little bit wider, and then I'll do my. So if I need that to be, what size do I need that to be? It's all slightly guesswork here. It doesn't have to be exact. Just get my little ones out. So the little ones need to be about that deep. So I can make it, if I do it about there, then I've got room to turn it up, make my little 1/4 inch fold. That's the idea. So I want them to poke up enough so you can actually see what they are. Right. And so I know it doesn't look particularly Christmassy, but it actually did come from a Christmas kit called Holly Jolly. It was one of the hip kits, so it is supposedly Christmassy. Let's have a look on it. So it doesn't look particularly Christmassy. It's very modern Christmas, I suppose. But it's okay. I like the colour. And I've got quite a bit of this colour running through this ephemera holder, so it's fine. Oop. Right, so let's do me 1/4 inch. And at the bottom, and then at this side. These off. That one. That one. I'm just going to do this in the middle before I forget. May not quite line up, but who knows? Maybe it will if I'll get central-ish. Get all these little clippy bits out of the way. Fold. Right. Okay. Now before I forget, I'm just going to do a little bit of this around the edges. Probably rather boring colour to be using in this. I probably could have been using something a little bit brighter, but never mind. Just happened to be there. It's handy. And let's glue these corners together. I don't want to stick. And then there's hardly anything for it to stick to there, is there? And then put some more on. Just glue the whole thing on. Hopefully it'll stay put. Alright. I'm just going to pop that about there, I think. Okay. Going all right. Now let's have a look and see how they fit. See those? I made it too deep. No, that's about right. And I've got this one. Goes in here. So yeah, they'll be fine. I think I'm going to do some more because I won't be able to get them all in. I don't think. I might just do something similar on the other side. And if I get them all in, I can use it for something else. I'm going to use here. I might use this for... It's quite bright, isn't it? Is that going to be... Yeah, I think that one will work with a... So I just need to cut that at about the same size. I might make it a little bit wider. Let's see. Now for half an inch, quarter of an inch that side, quarter of an inch this side. I might just cut it to about there. Okay, and then this is about the right. Once I've cut up, folded it up quarter of an inch, that'd be about the right depth for there. And what about at the bottom? I need a deeper one at the bottom. How about a bit of green? Nice bright green. So if I cut that at the same width, so then they'll be the same. And add on a little bit to this one. And that should be okay too. All very approximate measuring, but I don't think it really matters. Nothing has to be exact. Now, where are my markers? So that's the width. Right, that's the height there. Where'd it go? I saw it and then it disappeared. Where did my height marker go? I just can't see it. There it is. I'll go with that nicely, so I'll do that. And I'll do this one. Cut these together. And then we've got to do that scoring again. So I shall do them more or less at the same time. One. Two. Three. Same with this one. 3. Right. That little corner. That one. And then that one. Do the same with these. Let's get rid of all these little tiny pieces. These down. I think I'll get these pockets stuck on, and then I think I'll have to end the video there. I knew I wouldn't get it all done in this one video. Just doesn't happen that quick. But that's okay. I'll get the rest of the pockets on. You can see how it's going, so it's nothing very new is going to happen. And then I will come back on in the next video, and it might be a bit of a short one, and probably do a bit of a flip through, because I'll try and fill it up with bits and pieces, and you can see how it looks all finished. And that'll be my last video before Christmas, so it'll be just a quickie. And I will carry on. Because the reason I'm working ahead, as you may well know, I want to actually continue videoing, but for January, because it's looking pretty good for 6th of January for my operation. So I want to get that altered book done, the winter part of it. So I'll have to do that during December, and then I'll schedule it for January. So there will be at least a few videos to watch while I'm having my recuperation period, which I have no idea how long that will be, but it could be a few weeks, several weeks. I want to do that. But I think what I will be doing, what I would like to do, is perhaps at the end of January, beginning of February, something like that. If everything has gone well, and that is when it does actually happen, at the beginning of January, then I'll do a little face-to-face with you. Just come on, tell you how I'm getting on. So if you have any questions, and I will remind you in my January videos, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, that you'd like me to answer on camera, anything you like, anything crafting related, I don't know, life related, keep it clean, of course. But yeah, I'm doing it again, aren't I? Haven't done my thumb notch. I'm not thinking. I can't talk and craft at the same time. At least not very well. Might be able to. Perhaps I'll try and do those together so they actually do line up. Keep doing that, don't I? Start putting the glue on before I actually finished the preparations. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so if you'd like me to just answer any queries that you have, if you're curious about anything you want to ask, just put it in a comment below any of the videos leading up to Christmas or in January. And then we'll have a little bit of a chat on face to face. I'll catch you up with things. Right, where are we? Here. So, back to what I was doing. Put the glue on here now. So it's a slightly bigger pocket than on the other page. Hopefully it's not too near the bend, the crease, to not stay stuck properly. It's quite wide actually, this one. I probably should have made it a little bit narrower, but never mind. It's nice strong glue anyway. And see if I can more or less line it up with the, yes I have, with the other one. It does clash a bit with the background, but I don't care. Oh, there we go. Right, so I think that's all I've really got time to do today. I'm sorry I haven't managed to do any more pockets than this, but I think we've got a fair few done. So I've got the front one, 3 little ones here, a couple here. I've got 1 pocket here, 2 more here, and then they've got the slightly deeper ones here and here, because I've got quite a lot of things which I may use it for. So I'm going to put another pocket here, and maybe one here as well. I'll think about that. Or maybe I put a pocket across there. Maybe I put a little side tuck here or something, just something different. One down there, one across there. Then I've got the accordion folder, so this is the middle. So I've got nearly to the middle. And then I'll just carry on doing the same, more or less the same thing on the rest of it. We already have a little side tuck here. I may well put a pocket here. I'm going to put some tall things in here, I think. And this might be for scraps or something like that. Florentine scraps, paper scraps. There we go. So we're nearly there. Well, I say nearly there. We're almost halfway there. But I will keep on going, get it finished, and then I'll come back. And the next will be scheduled for the Thursday before Christmas, which is, I think, the 23rd. So then you'll see the flip through. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and please do join me to see how this gets finished. Bye for now.